Hi guys, welcome to Reensplace. Today I'm going to be making some breakfast. I thought I would just turn the camera on. Some of these things are so simple, but I just wanted to show you. I have a cookie sheet that I lined with aluminum foil, and I just threw some bacon on here. It's a full, I don't know if it's a full, it's a full package. I don't know if it's a pound, but it's Oscar Mayer bacon. I usually just cut the strips in half, put them on the foil pan, throw them in a preheated 400-degree oven. So I just wanted to show you that while I do that. But the real thing that I'm showing you today is how to make, it's all over the internet, those 2-ingredient bagels. But I'm going to do mine in my air fryer. More specifically, I'm going to do them in the Ninja Grill air fryer. You could do them in any air fryer you have. You can do them in the oven. You just need to preheat whatever you're using between 350 and 360 degrees. So if you have an air fryer, do 360. If you're working with the conventional oven, do 350 degrees. So I'm going to get that started now over here. My husband lined the bottom of my air fryer basket with a piece of parchment paper. I'm actually going to take that off while I'm preheating. And let me get you down here a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to just turn it on. I'm going to choose air crisp. Temperature, I'm going to do 360. And I'm going to set my timer for 13 minutes. And I'm going to start it so it starts to preheat. This is the preheat button here, the little orange button, and it'll tell me when it's ready by saying add food. So let me get my camera back up here. And I'll show you. So simple these are. You probably know already how to make them, but I just wanted to show you. Just grab a bowl. I'm going to be making two kinds. I'm going to be doing some everything bagel and some cinnamon. So this recipe, 1 cup of self-rising flour. It's hard to even call it a recipe, isn't it? Chuck, can I have a clean spatula from behind you? You're just going to need 1 cup of 1 cup of self-rising flour. Oh, you know what? I don't need one. I have one here. And then you're going to need 1 cup of Greek yogurt, plain. Now, I've heard people say, like, only use the fat-free, only use the whole milk. I've tried it with both, and this works with both. So get what, use whatever you like. It doesn't matter. It still turns out. Okay, so just fill it up nice. A cup of Greek yogurt. And then I think I'm going to ask you to move this up. Let's see. Maybe not. I don't know if this is, if you can see or not. Can you see through in here?
There you go.
Okay, and I think that you're going to have to just hold this up like this so I have a little extra room to get over this. So this is kind of a pain to mix together, but with just a little effort you can get it in there. Now, if you were, like I said, I'm making 2 different kinds. So I am going to, half this batter when it's done. But if you weren't, if you were going to just make all cinnamon bagels, you could throw the cinnamon and stuff in here right now. I probably would have done it like when I put the flour in. But the thing about these is that they're so plain that you literally can put any kind of add in. I have jalapeno powder. It's like dehydrated and powdered jalapenos, and I like to stick some of those in there with some cheddar cheese. What else did we do, Chuck? I'm trying to think. We've done plain. Chuck didn't really care for plain because he thought it tasted a little bit like baking soda. Right? You thought it was a little baking soda-y flavored, or like a little tangy from the yogurt or something.
Yeah, from the yogurt.
But he didn't really care for that. So let me just grab a knife real quick. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, this is the worst part of it, is just mixing it up a little bit, and this isn't really even that bad. I do have a piece of wax paper on my cutting board here. Okay, sorry about that. We're going to try to edit it out, but it was the dog barking because we have deer in our yard. So, again, I'm just mixing this around, and what I'm going to do, it's pretty well gathered, but there's some loose flour here. At this point, I like to just empty it onto my wax paper, and as I was saying, is that you don't really need the wax paper. It just makes it less sticky, and it makes cleanup a little bit easier. You really could put anything. If you wanted, like, you could put like dehydrated garlic in here and make garlic bagels. You could do the same thing. You could mix the everything seasoning in. You could put dehydrated onions in here. You could put actual pieces of jalapeno in here. Whatever you like. So now what I do is I just use the wax paper to kind of press it together. And you might add a little bit more of the flour if it's too sticky. But first I always try to get it, it is a little sticky, I can tell. First I always just like to kind of get it incorporated in here, best as I can. This is super simple. It was one of those recipes that I seen on the internet all the time, and I was like, that's ridiculous. But then I started making it, and I was like, wow, that's easy, that's neat. Okay. And it really doesn't take long at all. That's another good thing. I'm just taking a okay, so my Ninja over there is flashing to add food, so that means it came to temperature. And we're just about there. I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Chuck to give me, behind him, the bench scraper. And it's still a little sticky, but I'm okay with that right now. I can add a little bit more flour when I'm working with it. I'm going to cut this into 4 pieces to make 4 bagels. They don't have to be perfectly even, that's fine. Like that looks a little bigger and that looks a little bigger, so those will be Chuck's. And then if you put this up for me and grab me an egg, maybe we'll do an egg wash on it, so let's see if he's going to get that. See, can you see?
Okay.
Good?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to start on his because they take a little more work, which is not even a lot of work. I'm just pressing it down a little. Add a little flour on top. Same thing with this one. I'm going to press it down a little bit, make it a little flat. Okay, now to this, I'm going to add a little bit of, ooh, I can't even open it, hang on. Okay, there we go. I have a little cinnamon and sugar mixed up in here. I'm going to first sprinkle just a little bit of plain cinnamon on these. Chuck likes cinnamon, so don't be scared for him. And then I'm going to add a little cinnamon and sugar. Okay, and then I'm going to start re-rolling these. Just kind of pressing them together. You know, in fact, I might even press the 2 of them together. Let's see. Oh. Okay, let me see. I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it a whirl. I'll move these over here for a minute, so I can use all the paper. And again, could be done by hand if you add more flour, but I don't know, I just like using the wax paper. And the wax paper is starting to, you know, crumble a little bit, but that's okay too. And then I could tell there's a lot of cinnamon in here, but that's good. That's the way he likes it. You do it the way you like it. Again, I'm just going to... Now, when the Ninja Foodi grill, is that what it's called, the Foodi grill?
The Foodi grill?
It's the Pro grill, the Foodi grill. When that comes to temperature and it says add food, it gives you 10 minutes to do so. So I'm still good. If your air fryer is different, just, you know, you might have to add a little extra time on it. No big deal, right? And again, in the oven, 350 degrees. Any air fryer, I would do 360 degrees. Okay, so I'm just shaping it into a bagel. And they don't have to be perfect, but you know, you want them to look nice a little bit. That's one. And then Chuck, you know what you can do? You can, when I get this other one done, just open that top for me. When I get these done, I'll place these in before I get mine out. Okay. And then, again, unnecessary, but I like to give it an egg wash for two reasons. One, it makes it look nice. And two, if you're putting any kind of toppings on it, it makes them stick to it better. So we got those there. Chuck did me, it's just an egg, right? You didn't put nothing in here?
Yep.
So just a scrambled egg, that's it. Okay, and then I'm going in like a savage with my hand, and I'm just patting it on here. We throw away the extra egg anyhow, so. Okay, so I really do like the jalapeno and cheese ones, but I'm just going to be making two of the everything. They're just a little easier to make. I'm going to rinse my hand quick. Okay. Okay, so I can smell the bacon cooking as well. And that smells really good. I'm going to just use, it's going to stick to my hands probably, a little extra of this cinnamon sugar. Again, there's plenty inside, but this just makes it look nice, and it adds a little sweet crunchy on the top. You know what, Chuck? I'm going to wait on those. Like I was going to put them in, but I think I'll just continue to let it warm up. So that's that one. And then mine are simple, because basically they're just plain, and you roll them out. There's probably a little cinnamon on mine now, but that's okay. I'm not angry. Or am I? No, I'm not. And then you do this. And now you don't have to make 4. This was a cup of each. So if you want to make 2, use a half a cup. Not a big deal. You want to make extra? Double it. You just need equal parts of the self-rising flour and the Greek yogurt. Okay, so that looks pretty good for me. I'm happy with that one. This one feels like it's falling apart a little. So we went shopping last night to pick up one of my husband's prescriptions. And what else did we do, Chuck? Oh, and we had to get some turkey flavored dog treats because, well, everybody is out panic shopping. You need dog treats for your dogs. But we went to Aldi's and literally, we were over 10 minutes, so we're gonna have to start that up again. We were over at Aldi's and literally the store shelves were empty. But we did, surprisingly enough, they still had my dog's turkey snacks. So we got those, and we got some whipping cream for our coffee. Heavy whipping cream. And that was it. That was all we got from Aldi's. I did some online shopping, and I hit Walmart, which was just as bad.
13 minutes.
13 minutes, please. Yeah, Chuck is just having to restart that grill because it took me longer than 10 minutes. Probably because we had to stop for the deer. Okay, again, rinse my hands quick. Say add food yet or not yet?
No.
Okay, so then I'm just adding this everything bagel seasoning. I like to liberally add some of that to that. And that's it. We're going to stick these into the Ninja. I'm going to have to wait now because it's rewarming up. Can you see it? There we go. It is rewarming up. I can't believe I took that long. Okay, so I'm going to let that preheat, and I'm going to come back when it is preheated. It should be like a second because it was up. There it is. See, I don't even have to stop now. So I'm going to let Chuck hold the camera. I'm going to pull this out a little bit more so you can see better. Probably shouldn't do that when it's hot, by the way, but we have a piece of parchment paper. And then I'm just going to stick the bagels on here. Okay, we're going to close it. It's going to go for 13 minutes, and I'll bring you back when it beeps. Okay, guys, the timer just went off. That is the oven timer as well. This is one of the everything bagels. Perfect. And this is hot. One of the cinnamon bagels. Also perfect. So we're just going to get the bagel out. I'll show you what these look like after I let them cool for a couple minutes. I'll cut one open and I'll show you the inside. Okay, guys, we're back. The bacon is out of the oven. So we're going to eat what we want today, and then the rest we put in a bag in the refrigerator. And then during the week, I'll probably make Chuck the chicken that he likes with the barbecue and cheddar cheese on it. But this is the inside of the bagel. I cut it open. It probably needed to cool down a little bit, but we're hungry, so looks good. A little dampness right around the very middle. If you don't like that at all, you can turn it over when the 13 minutes is up and do another couple minutes upside down. But honestly, this is delightful just the way it is. I'll show you Chuck's in a second. You want to hold that for me? And then I'm just using a bread knife. And again, these are still hot. I probably should wait a little bit, but don't feel like it. These really smell like cinnamon. Do you smell it, Chuck?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, look at that one. So yeah, that's the cinnamon ones. Alright guys, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you give these a try. 2 ingredient, and then add whatever you want in to make them, to your taste. There you go. Alright guys, have a great day. Talk to you soon. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the red subscribe button and feel free to share this with your friends on Facebook. Thanks so much.